first off, presumably it will only be a happy birthday depending on the result tomorrow night.
Yeah, definitely. On the back of a good performance on Saturday and an excellent win, we really need to kick on now, and we have the players to do that, and I'm confident that they will be able to do that tomorrow. We've got to go and put in a good performance against a dangerous team, a good attacking team who, although they're not in a good position themselves at the moment, they've had a great win at the weekend, and will be coming here full of confidence. So we've got to be up for it. We've got to make sure that we know our jobs, but they will, and hopefully we can, put in another good performance.
I mean, it's sort of backing up the away form, really, isn't it? Can you put your finger on why it hasn't happened for you at home the last couple of games? We just haven't been at our best, and I asked for a performance on Saturday, and I got that, and I'm getting good performances. Most weeks, particularly away from home, we're getting some really, really good performances. We can't make an issue of it. We've just got to make sure that we don't use any excuses. We turn up tomorrow night fully focused, fully prepared for a good game of football. We haven't got to be too impatient, and although we want to play at a good tempo, we've got to make sure we don't give ourselves a mountain to climb and give them any encouragement to start with. So if we just need to be a little bit better than we have been, and I'm confident that we can get Wadden Road back into a fortress for ourselves. You mentioned patience there. How important is it that the fans are patient as well? Yeah,
definitely. When you're playing a team at the bottom of the table, they're not going to come and just open the game out and lie down for you and say, go on then, go and stick 5 past us. Everyone's fighting for their lives. Everyone's got something to play for this season. It's a really tight division and anything can happen. And I say no one's going to give you anything. You've got to go and earn it. And that'll be my key to the players tomorrow is, yes, we want to play with a tempo. Yes, we want to move the ball quickly and create lots of attacking opportunities. But we haven't got to win the game in the first 15 minutes. But we've got to give ourselves every chance of going on to get the 3 points.
And the fact Port Vale didn't have a shot on target on Saturday, it shows how hard you can work and you have been working.
Well, I think it just, I don't know how hard we can work. I think the boys have worked extremely hard all season. It's just sometimes we haven't been as good, but I can never ever fault their effort, never fault their commitment. And like we talked last week, we'd had a couple of poor performances, and all I wanted, myself and Neil and my staff, all we wanted was a performance where we worked extremely hard, and we know that if we perform, then the results will go our way, And I thought it was a really good away performance on Saturday against a team that perhaps in a little bit of a transitional period for themselves, but it's still one hell of a tough place to go to.
And presumably, looking at your team selection, it would be very hard to change a winning team.
Yeah, it will. Yep. But if I need to, I will. I'll have a look at 1 or 2 today, see how Josh, Frankie came out of it. I just think they'll be okay, and I think I've got a squad of players that everyone's desperate to be involved in that starting 11, and it's a good position for me to be in.
And Steve Elliott was your captain on Saturday. A tribute to the rest of your squad that this is actually the first time you've used him as captain, because there's a couple of other people in the squad who can do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Pookie's my club captain, and he just wasn't selected Saturday, so I had to go to somebody, and Stevie was the obvious, the captain. He leads by example. I thought his last couple of games have been, particularly Saturday, was outstanding. I think he likes it, and maybe it's the way to carry on getting the best out of him.
I mean, is it rare these days that teams have got a few candidates for good captains?
No, perhaps, but no. I'm happy with what I've got. We've got some good types. They're all up for it together. They all want to be successful for each other. There was a good buzz about the dressing room at 5 o'clock. When we won on Saturday, and that was from everybody. The whole group is part of it, and that's the way it's got to be. And whoever puts the armband on, then so be it. But it's about the group. It's not about individuals and who's got the captain's armband. It's about the group doing everything we can to perform and play well, and obviously pick up points.
Ashley Grimes' hat-trick for Lincoln will take the headlines at the weekend, but I suppose you'll look at the team and the way in which his goals were set up, and there was one of them which was individually brilliant with his lob, but the other two that he scored were very much team goals.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like I said, they ain't going to come down here and lie down for us and just say, come on then, we're used to getting beat. They are going to be scrapping for their lives. The manager gets his teams playing good football. They've got good attacking options. They've got wide players. They can change the system to he's played a diamond before. George has seen them a couple of times already. So we know what they'll be about. Tilly likes his boys to get the ball down and play, and they're strong going forward. But he's also a little bit wary that they're conceding one or two, and we've just got to make sure that we perform, make sure that we're on our game, make sure that we do what we want to do, as well as trying to make sure we nullify what they do.
Any movement on the search for players?
No.
Obviously, Dwayne training with you today. I mean, presumably just sort of an opportunity first and foremost for him to get himself fit.
Yep, absolutely. He played in that game last week, and I offered him a chance to come down and train with us if he got himself sorted out. He's come down with Martin today, and like I say, he'll be here for I'll have a chat. I haven't really spoke to him over the weekend. I'll have a chat with him today, and just extend that invite to carry on with us all week, and we'll just see where it goes with it. But we're still looking, we're still actively asking questions and searching for something a little bit different to what we've already got. But if nothing happens, and I'm still quite hopeful that it will, then I'm more than happy with what I've got at the moment.
Injuries for tomorrow night? How's your squad?
Gallagher's going in for his operation tomorrow, so he won't be available. Martin Riley's training again this morning. Apart from that, like I said, we'll just have a look at Frankie, at Josh. I think Birdie's not a problem. Just have a look at them two, how they came out the weekend, and pretty much a full squad to choose from.
Was it just a bit of sort of ring rustiness with Josh?
Yes, he played 65 minutes in the reserve games on Tuesday after having a month off, and I thought he was excellent for another 65 minutes yesterday, and we're just making sure that we ease him back into it rather than just blasting him and risk the chance of pulling up an injury again. He's a big player for us, and we've got some big players on the bench who equally came on and did a good job for us. So it's just the right thing to do.
Right, so thank you. Good luck.
Pleasure.
Mark, it's the first time we've used Frankie at the top of a diamond, isn't it, this season from start of a game? You think he can? Think he's did right there?
Yeah. I mean, we've used different people there. Junior's been the one who's probably played there the most, and the energy that he gives you, the bursting past defenders and past his forwards, is brilliant. But I just feel, I know Neil said on Saturday that we just felt he's just tired at the moment. He just looks a little jaded, and I've had a good chat with him, and he agrees, and it's just right for him just to have a little breather, just to. He's done his really hard work, and it's been a step up for him that he's coped with magnificently. A time for him just to have a little breather and give somebody else a chance, and that'll only benefit him and benefit the club. And at the minute, that's benefiting Frankie as well. We decided to go to Port Vale on a big pitch to make sure that we were good in possession, make sure that we kept the ball, make sure that we moved it well, and I think it worked quite well. We didn't quite finish things off in the first half, but I thought we looked a lot more penetrating second half and a lot more dangerous, and I think if we had just made a couple of better choices, I think we could have scored a couple more goals. But I was just pleased with it. Frankie got stronger and stronger as the game went on for me. He's got undoubted ability, he's got a great left foot, and he can pick a pass, and we've been about trying to play all season, and we got some good footballers, and we want to continue to do that.
Yep. Did you feel any less stressed than you did on your 40th birthday with the current league position? Or
yeah, probably. But there's it's a different type of stress, pressure, whatever. Now I want to continue the work that the boys have done and make sure that they finish the season off properly. This time last year it was a scrap for survival. We're in a damn sight better position now, but we certainly won't be resting on our laurels. I'll still have plenty of sleepless nights, but hopefully there'll be good sleepless nights, because I'm trying to figure out my best team, figure out how we're going to go and win matches to take us even higher up the table. And it was a bit different last year. I think we're only 11 points worse off now than we were at the end of last season. So the group's done really well, and we just want to make sure that they continue to do so.
Yeah, you're up a place to 9th after Saturday, but you're only 4 off 3rd, which is, it does show, like you said earlier, how tight the division is.
It is really tight, and we lost a couple of games. Well, lost one, drew one, and you drop down the pack, and if you don't win the next one, you drop down a little bit more. It's just important we stick in there at the moment. It's important that we don't get carried away. We just take each game as it comes and enjoy working hard for each other, and let's just see where it gets us. We've got a really tough run of games coming up, starting tomorrow night. Every game you play in this division is tough, but then we go Oxford, Wycombe, Morecambe away in a week. That's a big ask, but like I say, if we just concentrate on Lincoln now, and then when we're back in after tomorrow and hopefully got a positive result, then we can start thinking about Oxford. But the lads have been brilliant. Whatever we asked them, they've responded nearly every time that things haven't gone our way. They come into work and want to learn, want to improve all the time, and that's important, and it's important that we carry on doing so.
Yeah. Cheers, Mark.
All right.